Hello, you guys. Hello. I apologize. I'm going to finish up this text really quickly. Okay, I'm supposed to be looking right here. So I did a live a little bit ago, and I noticed that it didn't go through. I'm technologically challenged. So I see somebody's out there and say hi. I know I can tell that I'm broadcasting live this time and I'm not messing up because I see myself this time. Oh, yeah. I actually see myself. So welcome everybody. I'm so sorry that I made a mistake earlier and I didn't have it figured out. And so we had Miss Roz on because I was broadcasting to a different platform. So I'm sorry, Miss Ross, you're gonna have to hear the same stuff, a little bit of the same stuff. It'll be a little bit different because you can't ever do the same thing. But welcome to you guys. It is Thursday night. And I hope you've had a great week and you've had a great Thursday. So welcome. Say hi to me. I see there are a few people out there. Say hi so I know who's out there. And then I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you what we're going to talk about today. So today we're going to talk about, it's okay. Hi, Letta. It's fine. I'm so glad that you're here now. I made a mistake because I did not. For some reason, it broadcasted into the Facebook group, but not here. And then when I went into the Zoom, nobody was there. So I wanted to make sure that I jumped on here. So welcome, everybody. So today we're going to talk about documentation and how important documentation is to success when it comes to anything financial. And when I say anything financial, I'm not even talking about as it relates to repair. When you're repairing your credit, it's critical. Uh, you have to be documenting. It's so important because if you don't, you're going to miss out. You're not going to win. But as it relates to just financial health, you want to always be documenting. And earlier I showed one of my books, a friend of mine, FC, if you're on here, bought this one for me. And then I have so many different notebooks. I mean, I can't even, I look at my little diamond one. Wait, hold on. You might probably can't see it. I just have so many different books all over the place. Oops, sorry, y'all. Because it's so important to always be documenting when you're handling your financial health. So even if you're just calling about your light bill or you're just calling about, um, and it has nothing to do with your credit, you think at that time, you want to make sure that you're writing it down. If you're a person that's digital, put it in your notes on your calendar, in your notes in your iPhone, put it anywhere, somewhere, but document it and make sure that you're methodical about it. I gave the analogy, and I think it's a great analogy of you get up every morning and you brush your teeth. If you get up every morning and you brush your teeth, why do you do that? Because you don't want to be out there, breath smelling. You want good oral hygiene. It's the same thing with your financial health. We don't even think about it. It's not like you think, oh, I need to go brush my teeth, and you don't force yourself to do it. That's just what you do. You want the habit of writing everything down. You want the habit of looking at your finances, your budget, all those different things. You want that to become a part of your everyday life, like brushing your teeth. So That's a great analogy, I think, to help you to kind of get in the habit of doing it so that you're always maintaining good financial health. So, documentation, why that's important, especially when it comes to if you're repairing your credit, as far as trying to remove negative items. Why that's so important is because when you send off letters to the credit bureaus or to your creditors, it triggers a time frame that they operate underneath, which is in the Fair Credit Reporting Act or under the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, the FTCPA, CPA. And with that, you want to make sure that you're looking at that. So you're following up and you're making sure you're holding their feet to the fire. So when and how do you trigger that? That's with um, sending your letters, certified mail return receipt. And you're counting the date when they receive the information, and you're then counting from there. So as far as the credit bureaus, it would be your initial dispute would be 30 business days. So when they receive it in their office, you count 30 business days from that date that they receive it, not the date that you mail it, but the date that they receive it. And you can track that if you go with certified mail return receipt. And then you can follow up with them, because if they haven't responded to you in any way, then it has to be removed from your credit report, period, point blank. And so then you can go to the CFPB and say it was not removed in a timely manner. And that's what you can do there. And they have to remove it or they're violating your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So documentation is important. If you're not, if you're calling, because I know I've said in some videos that you can call, which you definitely can do that. And even if you're calling for different types of situations, you want to make sure that you're documenting and writing down on the date, the person, the name of the person, you know, time, and all that information. So you want to definitely be doing that. Yes, Miss Letta, it's a habit. Have to organize it to where it's all together. Absolutely, because it's like I said, it's like brushing your teeth. It's something that you do because it's in your best interest. I don't think, oh, I need to go brush my teeth. It's just second nature. So eventually, as you're doing it, and anytime I do anything as it relates to money, so that can be your insurance, that can be your utilities, that can be anything as it relates to you giving out your money, your hard-earned cash, you need to document. You need to document it. You may never need it, but you never know. You might. And you want to be able to say, pull the call on this date, this time, this is what the conversation was. You also want to make sure that you understand that all of your calls are recorded. So you want to govern yourself accordingly, as they said in the church. So you want to govern yourself accordingly as it relates to that. So that's important. It's so important. I shared an example earlier where a young man got a forbearance, but it was verbal. But now he doesn't remember who he talked to and what date. He doesn't remember anything. So we're trying to pinpoint the date and the time so that he can use that, so he can file a complaint, because they repossessed his car. And they're like, oh, we didn't set up a forbearance. But they did. He talked to the person, and I believe this person. So unless you have documentation, everything is about documentation. Let's dive deeper. So when you're sending disputes to the credit bureaus, or when you're talking to anyone that you're trying to hold their feet to the fire, it's a beautiful thing when you can say, oh, well, I have this information. Exhibit A shows that on this date you received it, or on this date I spoke to Jane and Jane said, pull the call, and you have that to support you. I've even gone as far as having installing on my phone. You can go to the app section on your phone, Android or iPhone, and you can install apps where it will record the call as well. And that way you have recordings of your call if you need that for yourself, because it's just amazing how as consumers, we will be taken advantage of. Unless you are well versed in the laws, you're going to be taken advantage of. I promise you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Get names and ID numbers. Yes, ma'am. I can just tell you how many times, because I work with so many people, all the things I see, I'm amazed. I'm like, wow, this company is doing this to people. They out here just doing whatever they want to do. They out here running amok. Okay. They are doing the most. I'll give you an example. There's a young lady I'm working with. She paid her, what do you call them? When you're paying for insurance. She's paying for her insurance. Paying her insurance coverage, her out of pocket, all of that. United Health comes back and says, well, we're not paying this $8,000 bill. Well, she gets a bill for $8,000 in the mail. She's like, Winnie, what do I need to do? Now, this has nothing to do with credit because it hasn't popped up on her credit profile. She came to me because she's a client and I gave her advice. And what we found was that I told her to go to the C-level suite of the company. So she went to the C-level suite of United Healthcare. I found the information for her and kind of drafted an email for her to send. What happened? She got a response from the attorney, and the attorney broke down in all these steps what had happened and why her claim was not paid. It was bull corn. I ain't gonna be cussing on here, but it was bullcorn. They didn't pay her claim. This is $8,000, even though she was covered. And they said, well, this happened, et cetera. It's been transferred here, there, and everywhere. She'd been talking on the phone with no result. And once she went to the C-level suite, an attorney responded because, that's just what we do to get results. And once the attorney responded, she said, Winnie, what do I do from here? What she did from there, I told her, respond and say, I understand, et cetera, et cetera. I told her what to say and ask, how does this claim get paid? And today we talked and the attorney sent her the forms to take care of it. Now, all the other people with United Healthcare are not going to get taken care of because they don't know how to move through that process. So there are people who they'll have those claims put on their credit profile. This young lady won't because I told her, no, ma'am, you're going to go to this level. She did it. The attorney sent what she needed to do. She's filing the claim. It will be paid. If it doesn't get paid, there's so much documentation because the attorney spelled out everything in an email of what went down, and it has nothing to do. It's not her fault at all. She did what she was supposed to do, but they weren't going to pay the claim. And she called and didn't have any recourse and didn't know what to do. But there are millions of people who it'll just ride. That's why I told her, if that's not paid in full, you're filing a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, period. So that's just what it is. But it just troubles me that, so many people are taken advantage of. And I think I've shared another example that has really not a lot to do with credit. There was a young man who suffering from depression. And he just mentioned it. We were talking about credit. And he's like, Winnie, I'm just so depressed. Even my doctor's not even filling my prescription. I said, what? He said, yeah, I owe $400. And so they said they can't fill my antidepressant. I said, look at here. You better, I said, call nicely and kindly. And you say, listen, I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to share this with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What are they going to think about you withholding my antidepressant during this time? And immediately there was a refill. I mean, so there's so many different ways that you can use the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So, yeah. But anyway, that's one of the topics. So document, you guys. Make sure that you take your financial health just like your oral health. Just like you take a bath every day, you need to be checking on your finances, especially when you're not a millionaire yet. Until you get to millionaire status and you can afford and trust someone else to manage your financial situation, you need to be checking your financial health every day, like you're checking for your making sure you're bathing 1 to 2 times a day, making sure you're brushing your teeth 1 to 2 times a day. All right, let's move on to the next topic that I wanted to cover is the title said I made a mistake, and I put mistake in quotation marks. So I'm a softie. I purchased the home that I have currently bought because um, I have a daughter and she's the last child that's at home, and I purchased a single family home. But back in 2018, February, I sold the home and made like over $50,000. And then in December of 2019, I sold a home, an investment property, and made lots and lots of money, five-digit money. Uh, so all of that being said, um, what I was able to do was make some money in the real estate market. But I've been doing more research, and what I found is that the best thing that I could have done to build wealth would have been to purchase a multifamily property where all of my rent would have been taken care of for me, and then move on to buying the home of my choice. Because right now I'm aggressively building wealth. And so my goal, then the first thing I needed to have done that would have been a great option for me. Instead, I bought a single family home. And a lot of times we think that single family homes, we've been told that success is buying a home. And again, I did a video recently where I talked about how success is not just buying a home. Success is um, what you think success is. And for most of us, it's time freedom so that we can do what we want to do. And whatever that is for you that makes you happy every day is important. So if that's the goal, then the best thing for me would have been to buy a multifamily property, which would be something up to four apartments, four different components to it. Once you get to five, you're in the commercial realm, but up to four would have been excellent. And then I would have been able to live rent free because I live in my own, portion of the home, and then it would cover all the other. The rents would cover the mortgage for the property, and then you have cash flow coming in. So that would have been the best opportunity for me to build wealth. I chose to buy a single family home. I have a daughter and wanted her to finish out high school in the neighborhood, et cetera, and all that. It doesn't mean that I'm out of the game right now. I've been working diligently, super diligently, to make sure that I get in the game. As far as real estate right now, we're in a bubble. We're entering a bubble because what's happening is out there are a lot of investors that are buying up property because they know what's going on. Um, houses or real estate is hyper inflated right now. So where the median was maybe at $250,000, it's gone up to $350,000. That's why there's so many offers on homes. Right now, most markets you go into, there are multiple offers on the home. People are spending 10, 20, up to $60,000 more for homes. That's the highest I've seen, and maybe even more than that. And the reason is because it's a seller's market. It definitely is a seller's market. I know back when I bought this home a year ago, the home, I paid $6,000 more for it. Oh, no, I didn't. I offered $6,000 more. That was a year ago. Right now, it's more than that. I offered $6,000 more. God is good to me. And I didn't end up having to pay that because the appraiser said no. The appraiser said no, she's only, gonna pay this much. Amazing. But I did win the deal over the other two bids because I offered more. So the point is, good evening, Antonio. How are you doing? Welcome. So, you know, right now, the real estate market is right now, it's if you want to get into investing in the real estate market, you're gonna have to have boots on the ground. You're gonna have to make sure that you have networking connections, etc. Because you don't want to just jump out there. I've been doing a ton of research. I'll put something up on the screen. Miss Letta, um, Miss Letta, Antonio, Miss Roz, if she's here. They are all a part of this group. So please, you'll see in the description box, you can join this group because what we'll be doing is talking about strategies because I'm working with people on a consistent basis because the more you learn, the more you earn. So that link is down below. So if you would like to join us, please do because what we're going to be doing is I am starting a real estate investment group so that we can win. Because right now, in any market, in any in any time frame like this in the government, sorry guys, understand how to do my thing here. There you go. Miss Letta's talking to Antonio. But in any market like we are in right now, millionaires are made. There are people who make millions and there are people who lose money. I want us to be the ones who are making millions. I want us to be making millions of dollars and we can do it. And I've been working diligently and really hard at doing it. I'm talking to people. I've got boots on the ground. I am joining groups. I spoke with a real estate agent yesterday, and what's happening is investors are buying up property right now, and the reason is because they know that we're in a bubble and that the home values are going to be hyperinflated. And what they're going to do is they'll sell them to people because people are buying them at, higher prices. But they are able to get the deals first because they're faster. They're able to get in there fast because they have connections and because they're going in with cash. So let's pull together our cash. Let's pull together our resources. Let's pull together partnerships and buy a property and then sell and do what they're doing. We can also do lease options. That's another excellent way to make money, more so than fix and flip. Buy lease options because that's an opportunity to get cash flow for 2 years. You can do a 2-year lease, do lease options, and then after 2 years, sell it. And typically, real estate will appreciate in value 5%. Right now, real estate's appreciating in value like 20-50%, and it will until this bubble bursts. In 2008, the same thing happened. It was this bubble, and then we saw where there were all these foreclosures. The same thing is about to happen at an exponentially higher rate. So who's going to make money and who's going to lose? The people who jump in now and buy up as much real estate as possible. So let's join together and let's do it. Let's do it. The smart way to do it, in my opinion, based on the research I'm doing, is you want to, of course, you want to have a partnership, and it's easy to do that. It's easy to put a contract together, and you have a partnership where you've got this person brings this to the table, the other person and the other people everybody brings something different to the table, and you cut that pie up based on, how you want to divvy out profits. But everybody brings something to the table, and then you find deals, you close on those deals, and you just add to the portfolio. And there's so many opportunities out there. But anyway, I'll dive deeper into that in the mastermind group. So that's below if you want to join that. I've been doing a ton of research. Matter of fact, the young lady that I spoke with yesterday, she is a real estate agent. So I'm working with her closely. And absolutely. Yeah. So the young lady I talked to, her name is Sheena. She's a real estate agent. So I'm talking to people on how we can gain access to this information, because if it's already on the internet, like, you don't want to find deals on Zillow. You need connections of people that will share with you, hey, this is what's going on. Here's a property, check it out. You want to be fast. That's how come these properties have multiple offers. What you're also seeing is investors are going into subdivisions that are building. That's why Miss Roz, I'm going to connect with Miss Roz because she's in an area where we can put a bunch of properties there, set up a bunch of homes there, and they're setting up shop in subdivisions, and buying all that property and then selling it. Those are the millionaires. That's what we need to be doing, y'all. And we can do it if we just band together. So join the mastermind group if you'd like to do that. Showing some more information. So anyway, don't let me get on my soapbox about real estate, but I'm super excited about it, and I will be riding the wave. Anyone that wants to ride the wave with me, join the mastermind group. It's in the description box. And we're having our first meeting on April the 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. Just pop in. And it's a $10 a year, annual fee, because there's a charge in order for me. I have to pay a charge in order to have the group. But we'll do Zoom meetings and we can invest together. So let me jump to the next topic. But definitely pop in and share anything that you know about the housing market, because I've learned so much. But the biggest thing, the reason why the housing market is a big a place where I definitely want to play, and I'm definitely jumping into, is because of this. Passive income is where you have time freedom. Right now, only about 30% of my income is passive. And why is that? Because I still do a lot of coaching. I still do a lot, and that's active income. I want more of my income to be passive so that I can do more and be more effective, out in the world. So I love that y'all are talking to each other. That's amazing. So I know that both of you, y'all make sure y'all RSVP for the group meeting on April the 24th, 2 to 4, because we're going to come to the table, and we're coming to the table with real strategies to move forward. I want us to buy our first property, whoever joins together with me, June, July, we can do it. Let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. So anyway, that's real estate. And we want to get in now. We want to start buying up things now. We want to start figuring that thing out. I've already been doing tons of research. The next topic, cryptocurrency. So Antonio is here, and he sparked my interest. Now, prior to that, my son sparked my interest, and we bought some Bitcoin. I have no idea, and I still am not 100% on it, and I don't understand everything. But what I will tell you is that I did buy some cryptocurrency. I went on to Coinbase, and it took me like less than 10 minutes to set up an account. And then what I did was, what I do? I bought some Ethereum. Antonio, tell me what you think about Ethereum. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I bought some Ethereum, and it was amazing. I started out, because I'm starting slow because I don't understand everything about it. I bought it at $100. No, I put in $100 into Coinbase, and that very same day, my account was at $148. So I made $48 in one day with Ethereum. And I thought I had put the chart in here where it shows the trajectory, but that slide that I just showed does show the forecast for Ethereum. So I know, or I feel confident that it's going to continue to grow. I started small. Something else that I did with it is I set it up to where every 2 weeks on the 1st and the 15th, they're taking out money and they're investing it into Ethereum, because as I mentioned, or I didn't mention it on the live, but I saw where it started out last April at about $140. In December of last year, December 2020, it was at $643. And then January, $1,000. And then yesterday, it was at $2,000. So it's growing, but I only put $100 in. And that's the neat thing. You can buy little fractions of it. You can buy little pieces of it. But then now I have to where every 2 weeks, it'll buy $50 more. And as I gain confidence and learn more about what cryptocurrency is, I'll put more and more into it. But the young lady, I spoke with a young lady yesterday. She's taking a class on cryptocurrency. So she will be in the mastermind group on April the 24th, bringing all her knowledge to the table on that, as well as I'm going to be continuing to do my own research. So join in, join in. So good choice. Yes. Um, it looks like it's doing great. I saw something else today as well. I am coin, not sure what it is, but I'm like, let me just jump in slowly. Yeah. Um, AIT coin. Yeah. So, Antonio, have you heard of I am coin? I think it's called I money. It's also another coin. So yeah, so I'm not fully sure, but what I can tell you is that I made, off of $100, I had $148, and it's still growing. I don't know what it is right now. Let me look. Coinbase app. So yeah, it's gone up again. So it's a nice way to jump in. $100. If I lose that, I'm not mad, but I'm growing, and as that continues to grow, um, we can go from there. So there's cryptocurrency. That's another place to build wealth. I'm on an aggressive track, so I'm diversifying. So I've got, an IRA. I've got the Acorn account. So those are traditional stock. Let's go to stock. Let's talk about stock. What did I do with stock today? I bought stock. I bought Planet 13. I did. And not only Planet 13, I also bought AP. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see. Where did I write it down? APHA. It's another cannabis stock. And then I bought some more Travel Zoo today. So aggressive and diversification. So that's what you want to do. So I bought some new stock today, y'all. Planet 13 has been going up steadily. You just want to watch those things, and then you want to stay in groups where y'all work together. And it's like, okay, it's time to jump out. That's why it's so important to stay connected. But that is a stock that I bought today. Wanted to talk to you guys about real estate, talk to you guys about cryptocurrency. Um, what else? Talk about documentation as far as your credit is concerned and your financial health. Just like you're brushing your teeth, you need to be on top of your financial health every single day. Coaching. I do coaching, so that's supportive and helpful for you if you need that. We were going to have a Zoom today, but no one popped in, and that's okay. But I do have a lot of people that I coach and work with, and they get excellent results. And the big thing is that it's just about information. That's all it is, and a mindset shift. And I'll just share this here today, because this is important about, and it relates to what we're talking about. Gone. Yeah. Okay. Well, what I was going to show was that, action creates confidence and results, whereas inaction creates doubt and fear. The more you're inactive and you're not moving forward, because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm, you know, real estate, I've made money in real estate, but I've done it more the traditional route. I want to get more aggressive. So excellent. Robinhood, Acorn, and Stash, along with TD Ameritrade. Excellent. Multiple streams of income. You want so many income streams that you need like a whole, mapped out on your wall as far as all the streams of income that you have going on. Sometimes I overwhelm myself. I'm like, okay, I need to shut it down, because I'll even get up in the middle of the night and I'm writing things down and I'm looking at different opportunities. The more you learn, the more you earn, the more you read and you invest in yourself, the more you are successful. The more you focus on what you want in your life, or the more you focus on your dreams, we stop dreaming. We don't dream anymore. We don't dream anymore. We don't use our imagination anymore. Amen. Amen. So we have to pull together. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. So any of you that are wanting to join in with us, oh, let me give you another point. Okay. So I'm going to be the guinea pig for y'all. I have a person. He started out as a client, but he has opened his own cannabis and he has a cannabis permit in California. And I made him show me documentation because I'm not investing in anything that is illegal. So I'm going to invest first, and there's a potential 30% return in a very short period of time. That comes to fruition, I will spread that love to all of you. And then what we do is pull all that money together and we create a multi-million dollar real estate investment. So I'm going to invest first and be the guinea pig. And then when I am successful, I trust this person and I saw the permit, etc. But I want to see the results first before I pull anybody else in to do that. And when the permit is official as of May the 31st. That's when he'll get my first investment. And then when I see the returns in 30 days or the time frame he says that I'll get that 30%, I will then share that information with you guys. And then we will be, oh my gosh, we will be buying up properties. I'll tell you an area that is amazing in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex that I want to buy. I'm just thinking I want us to buy some property there is Prosper, Texas. Why? It probably will be expensive to buy, but if we can go in and even buy right now, even if we can buy a property that costs a few $100,000, right now they're building a PGA golf course around that area. And that being said, in 2 years, 3 years, with a PGA tour area around that area, those homes will be worth $1 million. So even if we went and bought, some property out there and we just found some areas because it's still relatively new, still rural, that's where I'm salivating. I want to jump in there. And so that's why I want to start buying property as soon as possible. And so we can, all pull together and do that. And then in 2 to 3 years, sell once the PGA is out there and the homes are now, we'll all be in such a better financial place, a financial situation. Have I heard of High Times? No, I have not, Letta. I have not. So, but I'll look into it and we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But what else? So cannabis. So I'm looking into that, you guys. I just want us to win. We're not in competition. I compete with myself every day. We can all win and we can all bring things to the table. But the biggest thing is we have to take action. I don't want us to just talk about it. I don't want us to conceptualize it and not move forward. So my time frame is I am going to have the real estate group up and running by June the 1st. And I'd like for us to have some properties. So whoever is willing to jump in there with me, we can do that partnership. I'm going to do it anyway. So have you heard of them? Roland Martin. Roland Martin. Okay. I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah. So what else, you guys? I feel like I didn't talk much about credit. I did in the beginning as far as documentation, but if you have any credit questions, definitely, put them out there. Um, Money in cannabis. Look, at the end of the day, um, at the end of the day, cannabis is going to be legalized. So get in now. this is where we ride the wave up. So I've mentioned multiple streams today, cryptocurrency, jump in there. Ethereum, I shared with you, people who jumped in on Bitcoin early are millionaires. Bitcoin started out like teeny tiny. Now it's $55,000 per Bitcoin, right? And you can buy fractional pieces. So if Ethereum does the same thing, then, that's why I'm doing the compounding as far as, having, you know, a couple of times a month where I don't really miss the money go into it. And then I can pour more and more into it as I get more comfortable and understand it because I'm reading about it, but I still don't understand it fully. But I understand it enough to know I want to be a part of it and I want to win. Making sure you have an IRA. Oh, I didn't put up today. I know the last time we had a young lady ask about for kiddos, there's Kitty Credit, and this is a Black entrepreneur who has created this app for children to learn credit, and it helps them track their tours. And then Fidelity is, I have a Fidelity IRA, and that's where I have monthly, every month it takes out automatic draft. I don't even see it. It takes out automatic draft and it goes into my IRA, and I have it distributed into investment funds the way I, have it set up in there. Let's see. Another point I want to make is when you're going to buy a house or when you're thinking about your life and you're thinking about building wealth, assets and liabilities, we think homes are assets. When you buy a house, like I bought this house, it's not making me money. It's costing me money. And I don't really own it. I just control it. I don't own it. The bank owns the majority of it. I have to make sure that I take care of it, which is a liability. I have to make sure the lawn's cut. I have to make sure that, repairs are done if anything happens to the house. So we have to think differently. Assets are things that bring you money in. So buying a house, the American dream is the American dream. What is your dream? What is your vision of success? And so I bought this house because I buy into, what other people have bought into. And I wanted my daughter to be able to be happy and, she wants to be able to be with her friends, etc. But if it were just me, I'd bought me a multifamily property. You buy a multifamily property, you live rent free because all the other people that are renting from you get to pay the rent, the mortgage, and you get to live rent free. Because if you have a four apartment multifamily home, the other three rents can cover everything for you. And then you buy that with an FHA loan. So you only put 3.5% down. Then you go and buy whatever house you want after that because you've got cash flow. All that cash flow that you're saving, you have a job, you have a career or whatever you're doing, you're paying down the bad debt, which bad debt is anything that's not paying you. Bad debt is anything that is not paying you, which is most things. So thank you, Miss Roz. You're amazing too. And we're about to miss me and Miss Roz because Miss Roz lives in a neighborhood where there are only 600 people. So there's things we can do. We can set up some things out there to where she'll be the mogul in that area. So we're going to work together and do that. That's going to be some amazing. Bought Bitcoin 2021 list it on an online wallet. I lost the paper key code. Oh no! You lost the paper key code? So did you? I heard about this one young man who had millions and he cannot remember his password to gain access to the money. So, 2012. Antonio, you have millions of dollars. You probably have millions of dollars. You have to find. Did you lost the paper key code? You're like the other person. So y'all write down your codes. I heard about somebody else that happened to and lost millions of dollars. So make sure you're writing your codes down somewhere, multiple places. You know, a friend of mine bought this for me, FC. If you're out there, you know who you are. I appreciate you. Um, Everywhere, you know, have checks and balances in place for yourself because 2012 to now, if you bought in early, you got some coins, not just Bitcoin. You got coins. You have coins. No worries. Just shoot, just like I talk. Now I have so many not typos, but stuttering over myself. But um, yeah. So I have to put $400 more into it before you can jump in. Huh? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Meta, because you definitely don't have to do that with cryptocurrency. I put in $100 and Ethereum, the day I bought in, it was at $1,900 and I made $48 that same day. And it's only been increasing since. That's the neat thing. I'm also looking at buying into businesses, franchises fractionally. Again, I'm aggressive right now. Right now, I'm aggressively moving to millionaire status, time freedom. I did write them down. I didn't think Bitcoin was going to do anything. I was young. Ooh, sorry about that. See, look, and I was young, still young. And tell me, you're 22, and you bought in 2012. How old were you then? I think you pulling my leg. You can't beat 22. You were young, but see, that's the beauty. Jump into these things. That's why I went ahead and jumped into um yeah. Listen to Antonio. So I'm so looking forward to the April 24th mastermind group, the AYNC Building Wealth Mastermind group. We're going to get together and we are going to do great things. You are in the 7th or 8th grade, already thinking like that. That is amazing. So we have a billionaire amongst us, y'all, a trillionaire amongst us, because if he was thinking like that in the 7th or 8th grade and buying Bitcoin, we have a person amongst us that is amazing and it's invaluable. So I know he has already paid his dues and he's already a part of the mastermind group. So if you are not a part, jump in because he's a visionary. He's a visionary. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's still learning. I lost my login. We got to write our stuff down. Me too. If I showed y'all, I've shown some people, I'm not as organized. That's not my strong suit. Uh, God, all things are possible. Amen. And to God, all glory goes to God for everything, everything. Definitely, definitely. So we've talked about a lot of different things, you guys. Just to wrap it up, unless you guys have questions. And then, of course, like I said, make sure if you'd like to join the mastermind, as you can see, there are some people that are going to be a part of the mastermind that will be sharing great information. And then there will be opportunities because as I find opportunities where we can gain 30% gains, et cetera, and we can pull together and, buy real estate together, I'll be sharing that. It's a better forum to share it in the mastermind than here on YouTube. But so that's why I ask if you want to do that and be, because I won't share the cannabis, that individual here on YouTube. I'll share that in the mastermind, and the groups that I'll form as far as the real estate will be in the mastermind. So join us. I'm starting to make a list looking into new companies to invest into. Maybe if anyone wants, sure, I can share the list. Please do so, but definitely April 24th, please come to the table. That's a Zoom call, so we'll all be able to interact on the Zoom call, and we'll all share. I'll open up the table for everyone to share their ideas and what we can do. And the goal will be after each and every meeting to walk away with actionable steps where we can all be investing and making more money. That is the goal. The goal will be, and then the next meeting, we want to come back and talk about what we did, the steps we took, the action steps we took. That's what we need to be doing. That's what we will be doing in the mastermind. So, well, all right, guys. That is it. Now, this is a credit channel. This is a credit channel. But why do we want good credit? Um, the reason why we want good credit is because the first reason is because we want to be able to go out and get what we want to get when we want to get it. We don't want to be working hard and we're working on jobs, etc. And then we go to purchase a home or a car and we're told no. Or even we get the car or home, but we're paying $10,000 more than we need to because the interest rate is so high. So that's why we want good credit initially. Now we need to take it to that next level. We need to dream and we need to build generational wealth. Starting with ourselves, get ourselves out of the rat race so that we're not so tired. We can live our lives and be free and be happy and healthy and whole and spread love and joy. That is a calling, I believe, that God will want us to do, to walk around and to be able to spread love. If I can be walking around and show someone else, because as we learn to do it, we can share it and expand to other people. So the ultimate goal with getting good credit is so that we can get the things we need in our lives, our immediate lives at this time, but then to grow from there. And it's so amazing to see people once they get that awareness of how to build a credit, how to make that branch out and do more and better things. And if other people can do it, so can we. So can we. We can do it too. And it's trial and error, but that's why we need mastermind groups, because we all come together and we can pull our resources together. We can pull our ideas together. We all bring different things to the table and we can all love and support one another. So I thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. I love each and every single one of you, and I'm sending you all love, joy, and prosperity. Please join our group so that we can all work together. And I will update you the next time we're on the live or group together. Yes. So let's just continue to share with one another. And I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you so much. So, well, that is all, you guys. So I will see you guys next week. Stay blessed, Antonio. Bye, Letta. Bye, Miss Roz. We'll be in touch. April 24th is not too far away, but that gives me time to gather even more information. I'm doing research, boots on the ground, so that we can. I want us to start buying June. I want us to start buying June, and by then I'll kind of have an idea as far as this other opportunity, the cannabis opportunity for everyone. Awesome. Thank you very much. See you then. So see you guys next time. Love you. Have a great rest of your night. Bye. And broadcast.